Never mind, I was muted. I had them start off with like the three things that they're grateful for. Like if you, um, I usually do it while I'm making my bed. So to get in that state of mind, I did it now because I still have sleeping kids in my bed. I said I haven't brushed my teeth. I'm awake. I'm doing this. But the first thing that I do right now, if I'm walking through an hour of work, is I go to my virtual office. If you're not doing this, I would encourage you to start. There's never a wrong day to start. And I would look and see exactly what your points are today and I would write them down. So today is the 20th. And I can tell you, I have read a book about three times, and I'm continuing to read it again because it's encouraged to keep reading it. Called Secrets of a Millionaire Mindset. And T. Harv Eker says, by the law of tracking, whatever we track grows. And I can tell you that since I've been watching my points, it grows. And he talks about whatever you're keeping track of, whether it's weight, whether it's, any gains you want. If we're not tracking and intentionally writing them down, then they're not going to grow because our focus really isn't there. So I would encourage you to write that down on today's date and just keep a running tally. And it's okay if you started this month, you can track it for the next year. So I start there. And once I've written those down, the next thing I've started doing every day is going under the My Business tab on my dashboard or in my virtual office. And the very top thing is the perks report. And I want to go there and I want to see who is at risk of losing their perk credits. If you're not sure what perk credits are, I'm going to do a call on those. So I won't go into it in great detail, but we earn perk credits for consistently ordering over 100 PV. So I've been reaching out to people, some of those people that maybe you don't talk to. It's easy to reach out to them because no one wants to lose that. It's like saying, hey, if I told you you could turn on an order to run in 2 months, you won't lose your $5 you can spend for free at Kohl's. People are like, oh my gosh, tell me how, literally, to spend money at Kohl's, right? Like they want free products too. So go to your perk credits. If anyone cannot find it, unmute and speak up. And the ones you want to start with are the ones that have 1 day left. You want to sort it by days to forfeiture. If you hit that twice, you're going to see it sorted at the top. And this is anyone in your downline that may have adjusted their PV to less than 100. You want to contact them. I'm personally, so before I keep going, if you don't have any of those, go on to your happy birthdays. If you're not making that a thing that you do first thing in the morning, go to your happy birthdays on Facebook. Find all your people that have a birthday and start wishing them a happy birthday. If you're still on the perk credits, I have a message that I've been sending people, a pretty generic message. I plug in how many credits they could lose, but I have tried to get it to go through their upline. So I try to get a hold of their upline and then have their upline send it to them so they have a good relationship with them. So they also make it a daily practice to reach out. Yeah, and like Wes said, looking to see who has a lot of perk credits so they know what perks are because they may not know. And people are so excited, and then they're like, "Oh wow, Plexus loves us. We have like these perk credits, and we can do this." People don't even know what they are or what they're doing. You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool. That Plexus just gave us another reason to reach out. So I already contact my first several on there. I'm going to go on to the um, next by PA, and I'm going to go to happy birthdays. So I'm going to mute myself. If I was you guys, I would go in, find everybody who has a birthday today, wish them a happy birthday. And then while we're doing that, if you finish that, start thinking about your first post today if it hasn't already been posted. And I'll mute myself and get that done. Okay, and here's a vulnerable moment. I didn't used to wish everyone a happy birthday because there were people that I liked more than others, or people that I thought I didn't really know as well. And then I thought, okay, why would I not bless everyone? And it's their birthday. So I got over that when I got over myself, when I started sharing Plexus and realized that I was kind of sometimes putting people in boxes. So I would encourage you to tell everyone happy birthday, because you don't know, maybe they just need some love and light in their life. It doesn't mean they're always going to join your team someday. It's just, I don't know. It was a mindset shift for me. Okay. So now let's go to um, reaching out about opportunities. So I have not posted the IPA challenge this morning, but the first for the day one, I was getting ready to do that. Um, I want you to think of three different people who you can ask to either watch a health video or short bit or health read a health story, so someone's testimony, watch a short video, or ask them if they're interested in trying a 3-day sample pack or samples at all. So think of three people that you can ask. That is the one thing that Genevieve Scory at corporate said that really stuck with me, that has made a huge difference in how I'm working my business. She's so funny. And she said, get your ask in gear. Like, you have to ask them, because if you don't ask them, then they don't, you can't ever they can't ever make a decision. And you're frustrated, they're a little bit frustrated, and you don't ever say, like, are you ready to sign up right now? Are you ready to watch a video right now? If I sent something to you, would you read it right now? So think of three people and take the next 5-ish minutes to ask someone to either read a story, read a testimony, watch a short video, or ask if they're interested in trying a 3-day sample pack. This could be someone that you've already started a conversation with. So go ahead and get 3 asks going. Get our asks in gear. And just for reference, I'll read to you guys what I sent if you're having a brain block, or I can drop it in here. This was a referral. A girl said, "Hey, I have a friend who I think really needs Plexus, and I gave her your name. Would you reach out to her?" Absolutely. You want people to think of you. You want to be present on social media. So if someone thinks about the word probiotics, I can't poop, or my friend needs help, you want them to go, okay, like this is my person. So I said, "Hey, Rhonda, Jessica gave me your name and asked if I'd reach out to you about Plexus. I've used products for almost 5 years and I've had great results with my energy, mood, anxiety, and overall health. I'd love to share more with you. If I sent you a short video that explains Plexus better than I can, would you take a look?" So that's the ask. And that's what, if we don't do the asking, they cannot, you can't play ping pong by yourself. So we have to ask a question and get that conversation going. So I don't even know this person. I just sent her a friend request. Never even seen her before in my life. We have one mutual friend, but I still asked her because it's what's good for her. So don't make it scary and don't make it about you. So get your askets going. I'm muting myself again. Okay, everybody got their asks? Yes, no, I can't see everybody's faces. So we will move on to, unless everybody needs more time. I can see your face, Jody. I can see your face, Georgina. Do you need a little bit more time? It's okay. I mean, I'm still sending messages too. You guys good? Yeah? No? If you need, do we need one more? Need a little bit more time? Okay. No, that's good. Keep going. Keep going. I don't want to rush you. Like, this is literally like working and we just get to do it together.
I have a question. Um, Brooke, do you have like a go-to video for like your business like your business video that you send. I usually try to send the one with what's her face from what is her name? The one where they're playing the guitar and she's singing. It's like the business
Okay,
one.
I just dropped in my last one to someone who asked me about the price of the products. I don't just start spewing prices because that's going to scare them. They need to see the value in it first. So I talked to her about why she'll save money and will she watch a video, and then we'll talk prices, because I'm going to ask her and I'm going to test her for readiness. If she's not ready to watch a video, she's not ready to talk about prices. All right, Bethany, which video are we talking about? I usually send the triplex video right off of YouTube, Plexus Triplex, or I send the Plexus Ambassador story, but I can find either one real fast. Hang on one second.
Brooke. I don't think Brooke has her sound on. I don't think she can hear us. Are you talking about Abby Kappa, maybe?
Yeah, Abby.
I like that one, and then I like the one with Shoshana. I'll have to find it. I'll send it in the chat.
Okay. And then you usually send the triplex or the microbiome video?
Triplex, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I usually send.
Okay. Those are the ones I send. I wasn't sure if those, because I never usually like super like.
Oh, was I muted?
Yeah.
I can't hear you. You're right.
Lifestyle choices and the environment can harm your gut. But
I knew she wasn't just ignoring you, Bethany.
I thought it was mine. I was like, oh, my thing must not be coming.
I just thought you guys were the quietest bunch of workers I've ever met in my life. I'm like, well, it is morning. I mute it all the time because my kids have stuff blasting. I'm so sorry. So I don't know what you were saying. I'm sure it was amazing. I love you, Bethany.
I love you too. I was asking if like kind of what everybody's go-to business video or go-to product video was. So
100% the triplex one that I just sent you, or the I don't know which one is that. Is that the Plexus Ambassador one, Wes, that starts with the fields? That's one of my favorites. But I will tell you, I do cater it a little bit to who I'm speaking to. Like I have a gal in Overland Park that I met after Super Saturday, and I do pay attention that a lot of our Plexus field is white females, right? Like that's just the truth of it. So this woman is a Black single mom that may not speak to her, but there's a video in there with a news anchor. I mean, there's just different people. Like if I know that you're an EMT, there's one with medical stuff. If you're a college student, like, so I do have notes on some of those. I'm like, I'm not going to send something that may not relate. She will, but you're always going to look for something familiar or something that's going to hit home with you, right? And so I want to be cognizant of those dynamics a little bit, because I think some of those videos, we do have a field of, I mean, it's just the truth. So I try to be aware of that as I'm sharing. Does that make me a bad human, or does that make me like aware of my audience and trying to love on them? Is that good? Okay.
I'm just kidding. It makes you really good.
I mean, I try to be like, I try to put myself in their perspective. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm an Asian male and you sent me a video about all white females. Like, I don't relate to that. I mean, you know what I mean? So I want to like hit home, but I don't want to like, I know what she needs, but she's going to look at that and be like, Brooke, all those women in that video look just like you. Like I met you at a McDonald's and you seem pretty normal, but they're all like doing this and that. I don't relate to that. I mean, I really did meet her at a McDonald's because it's what I do. Wes was there when I met her at McDonald's.
Also, I haven't checked out the new YouTube channel yet, but they put all the video resources there now. So on Plexus's official YouTube video channel. So I don't know, there might be even more awesome videos there now. So.
And I think they've really pared down the Diamond Docs to like 3 minutes. I mean, some of them are really short now. So if you have a Diamond Doc, like I have a gal I'm meeting tomorrow, and maybe we can go into that next, because I really never know where I'm going with this. I have an idea of what I do every day, but it always evolves, right? Like, does Plexus ever look the same day to day? No. So if we're done with our 3 asks, then this is what I like to do is I like to comb my own team for like who would be willing to share. So I have a new level 2. She's not my level 1. I have known her through different things, and I just asked her, I said, look, I see greatness in you and I think you would be great at this business. Would you be willing to share? And she said yes. And she asked me a few questions about the business. And I found a diamond documentary that I thought she related to. And I said, I'm going to send this to you. This girl did network marketing before, like you. And she's switched over to Plexus and done that tactfully well. So I sent her one and it was about 3 minutes. I'm like, check out her story. Let's find a time to meet. And we're going to meet tomorrow to talk about her starting up her business. So think about people in your own, is it someone that you've already recruited? Is it someone who's a customer? Is it someone you've already talked to? So follow up in that area, whether it's someone who's already on your team who you think has greatness and they don't know it. Most people don't, right? And you can just tell them what you see in them and what you believe. And they may or may not take you up on it, but just say, like, I feel like this diamond documentary, like, sounds like you or relates to you. And if you don't have anybody in mind right now, just spend the next few minutes like watching a few of those diamond documentaries. They're wicked motivating, and as you watch them, you'll be like, oh my gosh, I want to send that to so and so. Oh my gosh. And if you guys ever want to be like, hey, I need one for a single mom. Hey, I need one for a teacher. I need someone who's failed at network marketing. Like, I need someone in the healthcare profession. There's a diamond documentary that documents success at the top of our company with every single thing, every single person, every single like possibility. And so that is something that we have on our side. Those are tools that I would use too as third party tools. That may not be the first thing you send, but what if it is? What if you see someone, you're like, I thought of you. You could be at the top of my company. You have what, I see in you what this girl has or whatever. I would find that flattering. So follow up in whatever way you want to, whether it's pulling some gold out of your own backyard in your team and you want to, or just inspiring someone and sending them what you see in them and how the greatness you see in them, or if it's reaching out to someone and sending a diamond documentary, or if it's another like one of those asks. So spend the next few minutes doing that. A tip from something I've been doing is if people tell me they would be maybe interested in sharing, then I say, okay, tell me what you've noticed. And they'll send me like all the different things. And I'm like, okay, because I want to help you kind of find a way to share that authentically. So I just, yeah, Wes just said she watched the Diamond Doc. I know ours are being filmed in April. I'm excited about that. So, but I just took part of what she sent me and I sent back a post and I said, "Do you think this sounds like you? If it sounds like you, add a picture of your face and post that. Don't don't add any, salesy comments to it because again, people don't know. We're helping them walk through this because they don't know what they're doing. They're at the very beginning of their journey. So sometimes it's just saying, "Hey, would you share? Okay, what are your results? Okay, let me help you put that into words to actually get that out on Facebook." And then the minute they do it, you're going to ask them, "Would you be able to post that? Throw that post up right now so I can put an encouraging comment on it." When they're ready to post, then they might be ready to put a list of 20 people together. So it's kind of like testing the waters. You send the video or are you ready for the video? Ask. Yes, you're testing that. Are you ready to share? Okay, post. Okay, now we'll work on more things. It's kind of those baby steps. So don't ever give up on anybody because this girl told me no about 52 times and she's quit my team and rejoined. And now she's going to share. So you never know. I mean, you just have to be willing to walk that walk with them. Okay, y'all. Let's go to renew you, challenge people, or challenge group people. So we had our group last week. Sometimes I think, and myself included, we put people in groups and then it's kind of like work smarter, not harder. They're in the group, they're getting information. And I just kind of forget that they're in there. And I don't always do a good job of following up, growing back, and even just intentionally commenting. So that group's going to be there for a bit. So we need to go back in, and if you have people in there, I'm going to name winners today. I always wait to let that ride out for those live videos so people can get in there and still comment. So I will name winners, so that'll cause a little bit more excitement in there. But I would go in and kind of follow up with some of those people, and or probably both. If you have not touched back with anyone who is doing the Renew You challenge, it's a good day to check in with them. Like I have someone who I'm having her give me a rundown on how she's feeling. She had said she might be willing to share and say, I'm just really going out there and saying, hey, it's Brooke. Want to give me a rundown of how you're feeling? I want to put a post. Um, I want to put a post out there and I want to, accurately depict what's going on when I tag you because she said that I could tag her. And that's another way of doing that. Like if they're not ready to share, some people are willing to say, well, you can tag me. Well, that means they're inadvertently sharing and they don't have to pull the trigger, right? Like they're giving you permission, but they don't have to type it up and hit post. It's going on their wall. That's another great way to like help people get out there, right? Jump over that first hurdle is just to say, can I help you share your results? Um, Jody did an amazing video on her aunt when her aunt had stuff. And her aunt maybe, I mean, if she's like they might not know how to be on Facebook or be Facebook savvy or share that. And so, but she knew that needed to go out there. Like if you can share their stories and you can tag them in those, and that's half of Plexus anyway. I mean, I share so many stories that aren't my own. So um, I would kind of head down that route. So follow up with anybody in the group from last week or anybody who is in the Renew You challenge. And if you don't have anybody that falls in those two categories, follow up with anybody that you know you need to check on customers, ambassadors, um, needs a second look. Maybe you sent them samples, that kind of thing. Okay, guys, just a reminder, make it about them and not about you, because I get a little bit like, I literally had this deep breath and still hit send to this gal who tells me she wants to purchase, but she hasn't purchased. And so I simply said, "Hey, gal, it's Brooke. You were saying you needed to purchase. Which products were you talking about so we can get you going?" Because getting her closer to either saying yes to Plexus or no to Plexus makes her less frustrated. And quite honestly, she said she wanted to. So it's never a bad thing to just say, "Hey, I want to help you finish that and get going on the products that I know will change your life." We don't have to make it about us and worry about, oh my gosh, people just get busy. Like, she's a mom. She's a busy mom. So just don't make it about you. Make it about them and send the appropriate message. Okay, so we are about 10 minutes left, and I'm now driving my kid to practice. So I'm on here twice because I'm single momming it this morning, and there's no one else to do it. So, um, I always like to, if you haven't finished any of those categories, if you haven't figured out, I know you guys have, they all kind of overlap, right? They all kind of mesh together. It just kind of depends on maybe what you're looking for that day, or maybe different people are on your heart that day. But every single day ought to include asking people to watch a video, asking people to join you, asking people to kind of get them over that bump of purchasing, following up with people that we've already reached out to or started relationships with, or who are purchasing from us, and then just adding value. And so I would say the last 10 minutes, if you haven't already, think of something that you can post today that can add value. I had a gal tell me yesterday at the grocery store, I love your posts. I love your page. Every single day I go to your page and you make me laugh. This woman has never purchased Plexus from me. I've reached out to her and she has never replied to me. We're friends, but I add value to her life somehow. And so she thinks that following me is valuable. And she said it was like my kids and humor. So you can make people laugh. You can share a recipe with them. You can share scripture, an encouraging quote. You can breathe some positivity into their life. There's so many different ways to add value, far beyond just talking about Plexus. And certainly Plexus does that too. So that's kind of my barometer, is every single time that I post, how will this add value to someone's life? Because if it doesn't, then I don't want to put it out there, quite frankly.
I'm on my phone, but I think we're not going 2 hours.
Walk to them. Okay. Love you. Bye. He's at work. So I would think about what you're going to post, and then I would put that up if you haven't already. And then when you're finished with that, I think if you have some time, I would reach out to 3 to 5 people or whoever God lays on your heart and tell them what they mean to you, Plexus or non-Plexus. Tell them the blessing they've been in your life. Again, just adding value, even if it's not in a post. Those personal reach outs and messages are just amazing. So just spend the next, now we have 8 minutes, adding value, whether through posting or reaching out. Okay, guys, couple minutes left in the hour, so I don't want to necessarily go over. The one thing that I would remind you at the end, if you didn't go all the way through your perk credit report at the beginning, and if your team is a little bit smaller, you may not have as many, but I want to give you permission that if you have people that are farther down, I look and see who is their closest working upline. And by working, I mean not just has built a business in the past, I mean who's active, engaged, who's going to reach out to them. Because if they're not going to, I will, even if they're my level 7. They're my level 10. I'm going to reach out to them because I don't want them to lose free perk credits. Even if I make no money off of them and I get no pay points because they're in level 8, I'm still going to reach out to them because that's important, right? They've earned that and I don't want them to lose that. And Plexus is rewarding them. So just know that if someone in between you is not working or is not active or kind of engaged, that's okay. Just reach out to them. Don't rely on someone else to do it if you're unsure. I always tell people I would rather get 2 messages telling me I could save money or I have a coupon or there's a great deal than none at all. I would rather see 2 Walmart commercials than no commercials, right? Like telling me that there's an amazing deal on a crock pot, whatever it might be. So go back to those perk reports and finish that up if you haven't already. If you didn't get through your happy birthdays, do that. If you didn't get a post up, do that. And I think everybody got plenty of asks and follow-ups, which is awesome. Like that's what this hour is all about, is doing those kind of a little bit like hard things. They're not hard. We make them hard, but they're not really hard. But if we can do those things together in a group, that just so, I don't know, for me, it feeds me. It feeds my energy and my confidence to do this, even if I don't see your faces, knowing that you're doing it right along with me. So thank you guys for joining me this morning. It's amazing. Work in your business today's done. Like, check it off and go do whatever it is that you do. My kids are out of school, so we're gonna go eat some breakfast and maybe go to a movie. And but I will be posting the winners in that group thread. So if you had anybody in that group from last week, be sure to follow up with them because there'll be some hype on that page a little bit. And any questions at all, feel free to message me. Drop them here. If they're not here, message me after. And yeah, all right. Happy Monday. Congrats on doing the hard things that aren't so hard. Thanks for joining me.